easy lineups for combos for Hattori, especially with the edge guarding as well later on from the ground pound. Let's see how Blazey approaches it, deciding to commit to the Rayman. Started things off first game of the day for the SteelSeries Invitational.
I do like this map for Rayman in particular, right? Those down sigs, those gauntlets to just bomb the corners and make it real difficult for your opponent to touch a wall can be very, very valuable. Already, Capsar forced the offstage, and you can see how long he's floating out there winning the sweat beats, but Blaizzy threw away the axe.
Yeah, getting rid of it immediately, and we talking about combo extensions for Hattori, very consistent ones, bread and butters like that. But having no platform does make it easy to get 3 to 4 pieces out of Axe 2 from Rayman. So maybe decided to go with the gauntlets early just to play some good rush down, throw off Capsar, figure out the dodge habits, and then play more of the Axe as it goes on.
You can see Blaizzy starting to figure things out right. He's going in. He's hit multiple of those sidelight openers onto Capsar, but Capsar's been doing a pretty decent job of changing it up right. He did a dodge up, did a dodge to the side, dodge down. So he's making it difficult, and he gets the double. First stop goes the way of Capsar, and he's already sitting in the throne.
That was good execution, too, because early on is getting free sidelight to D-lights and then reading how he's behaving. After there was never a dodge. It's like, okay, you're respecting me here because you think Sarah's coming. I'm going to cash in on the GC D-light on the second one and go ahead and close out that stock.
Yeah, really good recognition of the situation. Getting that extra downlight, not only for the little bit of damage, but for that positioning, right? Closer to the side wall, and Capsar building up this damage on the second stock. That's a burn dodge on the spot dodge, but Blaizzy not able to fully capitalize.
Yeah, really good evasion so far, too, because Capsar is one mistake away from losing the stock, but has avoided the Sair from Axe. Does not avoid the sidelight into recovery that time, but look at how much damage he got onto Blaizzy before he finally lost that.
Things looking good for Capsar. He was able to add up a lot of damage on that second stock of Blaizzy, but he's unarmed. Blaizzy goes for a dodge down read, I think, with the down air, but it didn't work out.
I think so too, yeah, because deciding just going free falling with it down, it was right at the start, like the ending frame input of where dodge probably would have been. So Capsar's gonna be looking through that too. It's like, oh, I see you're looking for me to be very scared in these spots, but I'm pretty far ahead. Granted, actually has been having a hard time finding the second KO. Blazey started to get a lot more hits here on Gauntlet.
Yeah, he's doing well with the gauntlets, right? He's winning neutral. It's just unfortunate because he's not getting that extra. I love the weapon toss, secure the landing. You saw the sweat beats, so we knew he needed a little extra.
That was brave. That was very brave, considering the fact that Capsar had full stance position. Great call, great chase coming in from Blaizey, recognizing the fact that Capsar was starting to get a little bit scared on the second stock and has now taken the lead. Short-lived one, but he was deep in the red. You still feel way better considering second stock. You were deep in the red compared to a fresh one on the side of Capsar.
Yeah, absolutely. I was saying with the lead that Capsar was able to build on that second stock, the fact that Blaizey brought it back to even and, in fact, has a slight lead over Capsar, that is massive.
And nobody, again, can be comfortable in these invitationals. There has been nothing but upsets. There's been nothing but chaotic starts to the day for everyone. And even with the seed difference, at least you have a best of 5 to figure it out. But this could be a really good start for Blaizey that gives him a momentum.
There it is.
Catches the jump up, does avoid the weapon toss, though, does get the touch and gets back on.
Yeah, really good down sigs. That's what I was talking about at the start of this match, is just being able to cover those walls. But Capsar trying to cover the weapon. Blaizey with the pickup neutral light. Needs a side air.
Just waiting for one mistake, not trying to overextend, not trying to give up a mistake. The neutralize going to put him back off stage.
Oh man, Capsar's starting to swing. You see Blaizey, he's really trying to position for the side air, and Capsar's doing a really good job making sure that it's not going to be an easy pickup. The neutral lights are adding up, though.
Yeah, you only have so many more mistakes. That's the final one right there. And after Blaizey started off with a pretty decent deficit, kept his composure, was able to get back into it, and seals the deal on the first win.
Yeah, really well done from Blaizey. Really the adjustment on the gauntlets to get more neutral wins. And, of course, we're going to go right back into Demon Island. I'm curious what Capsar is going to do to adjust.
I feel like Capsar, you have to kind of find that same, presence that you had at the very beginning. You had a lot of very free strings. Blaizey wasn't really dodging much, so you were able to capitalize on that. But then as it went on, I feel like Capsar started reading a little bit too hard and was not confident enough in approaching to find the KOs. You have to get a hit confirm in order to find the KO, so you can't be way too scared, even with the damage potential that Rayman has. Otherwise, you're just going to let that happen again. Blaizey is going off, though. That's also another issue.
What a massive gauntlet string from Blaizey to bring this one into his favor, although Capsar's still finding connections. Blaizey with that burst out, gets a neutral light. Sidelight goes for the dodge read. Capsar dodges up this time, able to avoid it. Blazey disarms himself. Capsar with the weapon advantage. Doesn't matter. A downlight gravity cancel down heavy? What?
I feel like he's just feeling really confident right now. Oh my goodness, speaking of confidence, tried to go for a big play right there. That's going to cost him. Luckily, it's pretty deep in the red, so he can still make adjustments post that, seal the deal on it. But that ground pound was a very free punish right there.
But it's also very reminiscent of game number 1, right? Where Capsar got that early stock. He was in the red, but he was able to add up so much more. And again, he's adding it up onto Blazey, about to put him into the orange. Blazey was expecting a dodge out, and this time he goes in with the recovery.
You know, I think the answer might be stick with the sword post stock 1, because the last time that happened, you got a lot of damage with the spear and then couldn't do anything after that. But all the damage that happened on that second stock mostly came from stock 1, or just box. Just throw hands. That also works too.
Yeah, just throwing out those quick attacks, right? Like you saw him go for a wake up down air out of a sidelight. I think he's starting to try to just go for more wake ups, just keep Blazey on his toes, not let him think that Capsar's only panic dodging.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be able to mix it up as time goes on. It is best of 5. If you cash in all your mix ups early, you're going to have that one later. Big punish right there, forcing him, guiding along with him all the way down. Always stayed right next to the wall, so he guaranteed that Capsar couldn't try and go for an early recovery, put the fear in him by just floating with him down.
Yeah, that was such a good just presence edge guard, being horizontal alongside Capsar, but not in range of the side air, so he was still in position, and when Capsar ran out of movement options, he was able to land with that ground pound.
Go for the recovery on that time, but it's not going to be enough off the type here on Demons. However, another one might... Oh, still not enough just yet. Trying to catch just a jump there with the D-Light, and I like the usage of the neutral lights just to back him off. It's a very fast option. You have the ground pound here. No, you just go for the dare. Nice and simple. Caught him on the jump. Yeah,
a little bit safer with that pogo, and if he misses, he has a couple more options as opposed to the ground pound, which is pretty committal, but Blazey committing to a downlight ground pound, optimal for that unarmed damage.
How many... The accuracy of the weapon tosses post any neutral light or sidelight strings from the sword have been on point, and Capsar keeps pushing it. I feel like you like stick out with the sword as much as you can, but then the weapon toss away. Seems like Capsar just feeling way more confident in the spear here, and gonna get punished heavy for trying to go for the switch.
Yo, but he's coming in from below with those uppercuts. Blazey, he has the health advantage. Capsar, you saw him burn so much movement. This is a little bit of panic coming out. Good dodge through, though. Has the weapon advantage with Blazey swinging. Will pick himself up one.
Not committing that time. Has caught him the last few times. Goes for it that time on the dodge, but dodges up and away. Very smart from Capsar. Capsar has a chance here. But
oh, no. Committed to the side sig, and of course, there's recovery frames on that one. Got him with the down light into the chase dodge recovery. Blazey up 2-0. This is about to be an upset.
Watch them toes. Welcome to lows. D-light's going to catch you all the time, but most of that wasn't, like, he barely even used the D-light into recovery prior. It was mostly just setting up off the side lights, just trying to get him afraid, figure out his dodge patterns. And then it just ended the same way. Capsar, for some reason, can't close out the game.
Yeah, he builds up a nice amount of damage on that first, and like the first half goes in favor of Capsar, but the last half is all about Blazey.
That's all that matters. At the end of the day, though, but once the win column is notched, look how close that was, too. 560 to 548. Most of the damage in the beginning, like we were just talking about, eludes and just is on the side of Capsar. But when it matters the most, it has been on the side of Blazey, who is now sitting comfortably with a 2-game up lead on Capsar. It is a best of 5, so there's always a possibility, but you have to figure out how to become clutch at the end of the game.
Yeah, reverse threes can be very difficult, and right now the thing that Capsar is struggling with the most is finishing off the stocks of Blazey. That's what happens on those second stocks, right, is he'll get all this damage, and then he'll go in with like the spear downlight recovery, and it's just not finishing.
Yeah, kudos to the gauntlet play too. Like the axe has been good enough to find the KOs, but the gauntlets really have been the moneymaker so far for Blazey with the rushdown game. Stopping Capsar from being able to space him out, that gets annoying as you go on. It's like, how do I keep you away from me? Like right now.
Yeah, right now Capsar is struggling against Blazey. Blazey just being right inside the dead zone, right on top of Capsar, where it's really difficult for him to find that breathing room, and he's just keeping that pressure going. Gets a downlight neutral air, second neutral air, knows he needs this damage side air. Lots of horizontal movement in these gauntlets, though, and he's able to land with the weapon toss.
Yeah, decided to try and go out there. Oh, big punish. No, that's going to get in the first stock. Now, how do you keep this going? Because you have gotten the first stock every single match, and then Blazey has answered back at the end. You have to find an answer here.
Yeah, right now it's just feeling like an episodic TV show, right? Where you just tell the same story slightly differently 3 times in a row, and Capsar is going to need to do something to change things up. Because right now, Blazey might actually just be able to finish this off before he even gets into the orange and has to worry about things.
I feel like we're already basically a 90s sitcom when it comes to the staff here anyway, so this is kind of following the same track as we see the same rerun episode happen here again. Only a little bit of damage happened on the side of Blazey, and Capsar was lost to stocks. Now Capsar, I feel like once again, the biggest thing has to be the sword. Like the spear has been good, but the sword is always what wakes up as the match goes on, and it's been the most consistent damage dealer as the match has progressed post its first stock.
That's just such a tough thing because Capsar, I mean, he's known for his spear play. That's what he's like kind of grown with and he's been famous with. So it's likely what he's the most comfortable with.
I agree. I think it might just be Blazey's game plan going in, saying, well, this is your biggest strength. I know Hattori's going to be putting in that work. So what if I just play very campy around it and work? Granted, it's starting to work now. The side air a little bit too low on the mark. Side light coming through, weapon toss up. I like the very aggressive play there. D-Light recovery is going to get the stock. And I think this is the first time we've seen Capsar actually have the stock lead at this point.
Yeah, this is the first time he got that second stock before Blazey, so things looking different for Capsar. Another downlight side air. He's starting to add up this damage on the final stock. Another downlight side air. Blazey opting to go for more weapon tosses, but he's staying high, so downlight side airs will continue to land.
I'm taking my statement away now. The spear has woken up. The spear was dominant, and the spear is what got the dub. At the very beginning, it wasn't looking as clean, but at the end there, that looked like prime Capsar we're used to seeing. And if that replicates, Blazey's in for a lot of trouble.
I mean, that's what we wanted to see, is that level up, that adaptation. This is why you're coming in as that higher seed. I love that gravity cancel off the whiffed N-Sig. Such a good kind of protect yourself, because not only are you in iframes, but then you go into the gravity cancel to punish them for trying to hit you. As we get into game number 4, it's a new map.
You're scared, too, in that spot. You just saw the N-Sig come through, like, oh, God.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you can't really go anywhere else because you just decided to dodge in front of me. How are you feeling about the switch up here on over to Miami Dome?
Well, it's still going to have that high ceiling, which is one of the places where Capsar was struggling to finish off, but those downlight side airs will KO faster on this map. So that could go in the favor of Capsar as he commits hard to an offstage ground pound. Yeah,
a little bit more room to be able to hide as well on those sides, so it's going to make it a little bit easier for Blazey to get around some of the pressure from Capsar, but likewise on the other side of things too, you talk about that D-Sig from Gauntlets from Rayman, it lets you hide a bit longer underneath. So I think this is going to be way more, I think this is going to be more beneficial for Capsar right now, just because of how many D-Lights we were seeing him connect in that last one. He's going to get some free extensions off these platforms.
Yeah, this map definitely feels like it's Capsar favored, but so far, Blazey looking good. Down airs. Can Capsar finish it? Misses the second down air. Turnaround opportunity for Blazey. Hits the ground pound. No down sig thrown out, and Capsar disarms him.
Yeah, deciding to get back on stage. Not really trying to do anything reckless right there. Oh! Okay, now Capsar's starting to pull out the tricks. You save those as the match goes on. You don't cash those in early to catch people off guard. Not a huge leap. It's been pretty much the same thing we've seen every other time, but I feel like Capsar definitely looks very different here in Game 4.
He's definitely looking more confident. You can see the dodge inside of that side stick charged up from Blazey. Capsar looking good, able to punish the whiff read from Blazey.
He's getting away from, finally gets caught right there, but he's starting to get away from a lot more sidelights on Gauntlets too. He was getting hit by them a lot, particularly in Game 2, and it looked like it was starting to get a bit frustrating. Now he's dodging them way more efficiently.
It's crazy, too, because Spear is generally really good at punishing those whiff sidelights, right? Like, if you backstep it, you can hit that downlight because sidelight is stuck in the air after whiffing, and yet Capsar was not finding those connections. Goes for a side air at the top of the map, didn't connect.
Now, if you're a Blazey fan, you still can feel pretty good here because, for one, Blazey's up a game, and two, he's got an opportunity. That's okay. I am sorry. If you're a Blazey fan, you should feel worried because you just got cooked. And that was a completely irrelevant statement. Blazey's got some work to do now because I feel like he can definitely make a momentum shift. We've seen him win in last stock 2 games already. But that one was a really dominant answer.
Yeah, that was a great answer from Capsar, showing, you know what, he's starting to get in the head of Blazey, right? He knows where he's starting to dodge out, and Blazey's not finding as many of those dodge reads, and suddenly you're seeing Blazey lean a little bit more into the axe, something that you don't need those dodge reads as heavily.
Exactly, and once you start seeing that somebody relies way too heavily on dodge reads, you feel more confident because it's like, well, now you're not going to be able to properly hit confirm me or just go for a straight hit because you're way more scared. You want to see me panic first. Blazey's got to adjust to that. Just decide, I'm just going to go for it. That way you can get it. Speaking of which, just going for it. Right hook to the face, going to catch him. We're on last stock apiece. Once again, looking like Capsar could possibly be knocked into lowers. He's got some work to do.
And that dash-in big fist coming out from Blazey, able to finish off the stock. This is the final stocks here, and keep in mind, Blazey, if he somehow manages to pull this off, he is going to get the upset, but Capsar is adding up the damage.
Yeah, a lot of that unarmed as well, just waiting back, letting Blazey try to push forward. Now Blazey with the weapon toss away. Capsar has advantage, trying to get the chase over to the weapon spawn, but just misses. D-Light once again into recovery, but not enough off the top yet, Duke.
Yeah, didn't get that second downlight, which would have put them higher. Side air puts Blazey into an awkward spot, and a pogo might be enough. Blazey able to get back onto the ground.
And Blazey going for sidelight's going to get whip punished for it, and it's going to be Capsar moving this to a game number 5. The past few weeks, man, like we've seen
Game 5s.
So many game 5s, so many what looks like it should just be a free and a handshake, but this one not that much because the very beginnings were always in favor of Capsar, and then he lost it. That can get to you. That can get in your head. But as somebody who has been around for a while, who has the history, who's been able to perform, you know how to rebound from that. You know how to put that away, especially with 5 games to play. And we get to get one more, which I'm very happy about because this one's been really good so far.
And now we're seeing Blazey make the swap over to the Azoth for game number 5. You know what? You don't need to read as much with Azoth because you just hit him with your skeleton friends.
Yeah, just, you know what? Why think when you could press the big signature button? Just like, look, you guide yourself to this. And Blazey was hovering over Azoth actually pre-match. So that's where I thought he was going to go before this, but then switched over to the Rayman. Now here in Game 5, deciding, okay, you figured out the Rayman, mostly the gauntlets in particular from Rayman. So deciding to come out here with the bow now, it's going to make it a bit easier to play away from the range on that spear.
Yeah, you can see Capstar playing around. He gets the downlight side air. Blazey off stage, but still has health. Downlight side air again. Blazey running out of jumps, and he knows it.
At this point, just stop jumping. I don't even know what to say. Every time.
Both feet on the ground,
yeah,
Blazey.
Just firmly on the ground, Blazey. Every time Blazey has gone airborne, he's been caught by D-Lights, and now he's getting caught by side airs from Sword as well. Axe side air will take it. Not too much damage on the first stock.
Yeah, still similar story though, right? Capsar gets that first stock and then gets a little bit of damage on the second stock of Blazey, but this time Blazey with the Azoth has the bow. We'll see what he can do with it. Doesn't get the side light.
Try to get a jump there from Capsar. Capsar keeping his ground, coming up with the side light, crossing it up with the D-Light, GC D-Light, chasing all the way to the top, trying to catch a recovery off the top there, pushing it. We've seen a couple times where he just went straight for recovery, that time trying to cash in on the chase.
I respect it. You know what? Didn't have the damage for the double D-Light recovery to KO, so instead opted for the Nair and try to get that recovery read. You saw him chase after it. Didn't quite work out, but still look at the damage in favor of Capsar.
Yeah, Capsar is a swinging now too. You're in the yellow, so you have a little bit of opportunity to take a couple hits for whiff punishes. Now, not as much. You don't want to land right in front of Azoth like that, and catches the high recovery. Blazey had 2 games up. It might be you. Don't let it be you for version number 1, about to get verse 3-0'd.
I mean, at this rate,
it might be you. It might be you. Capsar is going off.
Ground pound into side air off of the gravity cancel downlight. Capsar, complete weapon control, complete stage control. Blazey with the bow in hand. He needs to find something massive.
He's going to need a big play. He's going to need to be able to find it soon. Try to catch the side air off the side, but Capsar going low. Very smart. Trying to catch him on his way in, but good defense from Capsar again. That's not going to be enough off the top yet. He still has to find this and then get that damage on to even get back in.
Okay, able to pick up that downline into the recovery off stage. Works out for Blazey. He's evening it up, but he still cannot afford too much more damage.
Exactly, and decided the bow is going to be what he wants to stick with. The bow got him back in last time. He's getting a lot of strings now, Duke. Capsar currently being starved, hasn't found a weapon yet.
He picks up the spear. Nice, punishes that landing side air from Capsar. Blazey starting to add up some damage. Good dodge out, avoids the recovery.
If you got any tricks left, you got to pull them out right now. Capsar looking for the recovery in, not going to get to down air. Blazey gets back on, but sent back off stage, just misses the weapon toss dodge.
Oh, the weapon toss again. Blazey will sweat beat, but he'll use the weapon toss to protect it.
That saved his life.
Yeah.
That saved his life. He was about to get
snap.
it. Oh my goodness, Capsar is now looking at what could be a game.
Oh, he disarmed himself.
They're both unarmed.
He's got the, almost punishes the pickup. Blazey denying weapons, didn't pick up the bow the first time. Nair
goes higher recovery.
Puts him off screen.
This is exactly what both of them want for this lineup of it. And Capsar is gonna catch him finally on the landing. Stops the bleeding, prevents the potential stop to the reverse 3-0. What an amazing set to start things off.
Just barely finds the connection with the side sig. Blazey was bringing it back, and like you said, what a way to start today. We're just in the winner's side top 32, and we've already gotten a game 5 situation.
This is 2 days in a row where yesterday we had, I believe it was Heisen, and I forgot who it was against, but that one went to game 5, and it was incredibly close. And then today, it might have been knees, but then today,